Welcome to the next game of the Michigan Dynasty. Today we come home to take on the Eagles of Eastern Michigan. See how this one goes. Thanks for watching. If you do enjoy it, once again, go blue.
Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. Today, a battle in the Great Lakes Stadium. From the Upers to those in the Mitten, all Michiganders will be focused on this showdown. It's the Eastern Michigan Eagles and the Michigan Wolverines. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
When you talk about iconic stadiums in college football, the Big House has to be at the top of your list. One of the most unique stadiums. It is nestled down in the ground. It is loud. It is fun. Ann Arbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Wolverines ready to kick it away first. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Eastern Michigan Eagles offense as they take control of the football first. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc.
And if we're just being honest, this is every offensive coordinator and quarterback's worst nightmare. When you've got an offensive line with a lot of inexperienced young players and freshmen going up against a D-line, David, with this type of talent, with this type of experience and explosiveness, they chew up O-lines and spit them out daily, and you know they're licking their chops.
Bro, it's funny how you look at it from the offensive perspective, and immediately defensively, I'm like, it's hunting season. Like, we're going hunting. And here's the thing, we're going to find those freshmen up front. Like, that's the matchups that we got to make sure we dominate. So a great defensive line against some tough matchups on this offensive side.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So Michigan's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. Jordan Marshall, he's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. Looking for open space, it's Marshall. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. See that maze in blue, and you expect tough-minded, hard-nosed running attacks.
I expect big, physical, huge linemen that don't like people, that are going to move them out of the way and do just this, what we did right here. Move the sticks, get first downs on the ground. That's who Michigan is.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last one.
Maybe some room here. How about those sweet twinkle toes-like moves as he gets to the 38? Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They go play action, Bryce Underwood. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Here's Underwood to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. The Wolverines, after moving the the sticks through the air, come to the line. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. And after that strong play on first down, they're right on the cusp of a score. Second, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The run from the shotgun. Quick spin on the run. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run the counter.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. He'll try to get to the marker himself. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it. It's a fake. He wants to throw. There he goes. Oh, the quick spin move. And the tackle was made, but that fake worked to perfection to pick up the first down.
And that is such a great job by the head coach deciding to go for it there on the fake punt. And that's one of those fake punts that they've probably had in their playbook now for several weeks, but you gotta have the perfect.
There's some room. Got enough for the first. And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Hauls it in. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Bringing the heat. Touchdown, Michigan. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It does not take this offense long to get going. We've seen 2 drives. We've seen 2 touchdowns, David. They are so explosive. They've got so much speed all over the field, and they're lighting the scoreboard up early.
Hey, you better find some answers defensively. Like, you better find a way to slow them down. And how about this next possession for your offense? Like, coming on the field, you can tell. As an offensive coordinator, you got to feel it. Like, my defense is not holding them down right now. We got to put together a drive, get some points on the score in this next possession.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. They'll go to the counter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Caught behind the line. It's Anderson. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 8. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. Makes the catch at the 35. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. Underwood on the play action. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Michigan! How about that shot into the end zone, and he makes the grab for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Brings a return out across the 25. Gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. Eastern Michigan's offense takes the field to get this drive started. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
To throw on 3rd. On target. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last. He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
long incompletions are okay. We got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Gonna let it fly. Upstairs to make the catch.
Ice water in this quarterback's veins, man. 3rd play of the drive. It's 3rd and 10. You know the defense is expecting pass, but this quarterback, laser focus. He found the matchup. Great job reading coverage, and that was an absolute dime deep down the field.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll go right back to it. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting 1st down.
Maybe a crease. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout. It's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Eastern Michigan going fast. Looking to fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Wolverines! A pick 6!
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The Eagles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He goes right back to the air. Floats it out in space. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. And the Eagles will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The play action fake. Quick strike complete. Timeout called by the Eagles. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got his man. There he goes. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. The snap sets up to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Touchdown, Eagles! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the 2nd quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the 2nd half.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Fielded in the end zone, it's Marsh. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Underwood. Catch in the middle, it's Chambers.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Going for it all. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific 2nd half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connor.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at UMass, taking on the number 13 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the home team in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone-booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Now over to your game inside the Big House. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas in the booth at Michigan Stadium.
All right, Kevin about ready to start the 2nd half here. He'll put toe to leather and get this 2nd half started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. As we start the 2nd half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
I caught up with the Michigan coach at the half. They are so thrilled. They knew coming into this game that their wide receiver was a weapon, and he has been electric here in the 1st half. They said they are going to feed him early and often and keep that momentum going here to start the 2nd. Guys?
All right, Holly. That's reeled in. It's Chambers. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the 2nd half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Throws for the tight end. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. They'll start this drive going to the air. They get to him as he throws. Makes the grab. It's Peters. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Zings it complete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. From the gun, give on the inside. That'll be enough to move the sticks and give Eastern Michigan a first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. So now it's 2nd and long. They feed him again. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Keeps it himself. Knocks him down a couple of yards short of the marker, and how about this free safety showing those tackling skills and forcing a 4th down. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs. Running inside, it's Thomas. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Quickly complete. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Eastern Michigan will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? On the ground, it's Thomas. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Eagles! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. He'll bring it back looking for help. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He'll do it himself. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. It'll be 3rd and long. Throwing, Underwood. Trying to burn this defensive back. Brings it in down the left side. Touchdown, Michigan! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And man, is that perfect timing. Watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together starting from their own 12. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And after the turnover, there's a man still down, and we have an injury on the field. The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. Gives it on the option. Slithers into space. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Michigan! Great job by the back on the option.
And if you're the head coach, you are absolutely loving this. You're up big on the scoreboard because your defense keeps getting takeaways, and on offense, in sudden change situations, you're turning it into touchdowns. That right there, phenomenal job. Great decision by the quarterback. He finds his open man. They connect. Everything going their way, David.
And I love when they stay aggressive after a turnover. That is the #1 thing we're always yelling in the huddle as a defense. Sudden change, sudden change. They want to capitalize on the momentum, and they did. They stayed aggressive, continuing to add to this lead, doing what they want when they want.
They'll move the wide receiver. The run inside. It's Thomas. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Eaton. First catch of the season for this highly touted wide receiver, and man, their fans have been hungry to see that. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, it's been that kind of day here tonight. They just have not been able to find a rhythm and establish that throwing the football. Part of it has been wide receivers and quarterbacks not being on the same page, but you got to give this defense credit, too. Just like that last play, they have been getting after him. They've been hitting him, and that's a big reason why they've got such a big lead here in the 4th.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So here comes the Michigan offense. Now they'll run it to the right here.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it on the counter. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the back. He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped, a gain of 3. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Find some fresh. Got a little grass. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. The Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The give as they work on that clock. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. He'll try to get to the marker himself. Oh, it's a fumble. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
And the Wolverines will try to pick it up on fourth down. Carr to throw for it on fourth. And it's picked off at the goal line. Scoops it up, still a live ball. He is in, takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Thomas.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Give to the running back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Clock runs out. Michigan with a dominant victory. 56-14 over Eastern Michigan. And injured Lawrence, player of the game.
Just dominant. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's
Underwood 11-16, 240, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Tommy Carr threw a pick that somehow ended up in a touchdown for Daniel Sinclair. But also Hyder, Marshall, and Underwood both had all head rushing touchdowns. Andrew Lawrence with 180 receiving yards and 2 receiving touchdowns.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollock, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation
and Ethan
of
O'Connor with a 38-yard pick 6. Blaine Bell 8 for 8 on extra points, no field goals attempted. No punts and no kicker punt return touchdowns. So, yeah, one of the weirdest touchdowns we'll ever see happened at the end of this one with Daniel Sinclair picking up a fumble that was off of a pick and the Wolverines. Alabama picks up Rigas. Keep him on the board because it's a verbal commit. Ethan O'Connor was Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. And we'll head to Bloomington next week to try to upset number 11 Indiana. Thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. Go Blue.